The first ever 12-team college football playoff kicks off tomorrow night as the first of 4 round 1 matchups kicks off between Indiana and Notre Dame. On today's show, we're going to take a look at all 4 round 1 matchups, my preview and predictions for all of these games. My name is Harrison Graham. Let's go ahead and dive on into it. You look at the bracket here, it is finally here. Oregon, Georgia, Boise State, and Arizona State earned first-round byes. Which means they will be awaiting the winners of these other 4 games, which we are about to preview and predict for you guys. Again, starting with Notre Dame and Indiana on Friday night. SMU and Penn State will be followed by Clemson and Texas, and then the nightcap on Saturday will be Tennessee at Ohio State. Be sure to subscribe and join us. We're going to do our first ever college football playoff live watch party here on Verts. Myself, producer Cullen, going to be live breaking down Notre Dame versus Indiana here on this channel. Should be a whole lot of fun. Games at 8 o'clock Eastern. We'll go live at 7:30 Eastern time. So be sure to subscribe and join us tomorrow night. Okay, speaking of that game, prime time kicking off the playoff, the first ever 12-team college football playoff game, the first ever college football playoff game on a campus. Notre Dame is a touchdown favorite. Over-under currently set at 52.5. I've got the Fighting Irish 31-20. Flurries expected. Could be a snow game, which would be a lot of fun to kick off the playoff. You know that Notre Dame home crowd's going to be rocking, but Indiana's close by. They should travel pretty well as well. Curtis Rourke, the Indiana quarterback, played in a snow game against Purdue in their regular season finale. Threw the ball pretty well, but Notre Dame's a different animal compared to Purdue, obviously. I just think given the elements, Notre Dame wants to run the football. That's who they are. Riley Leonard at quarterback is a big physical runner. Jeremiah Love and some other backs can get out in space. Indiana is more of a throwing team. Now, Curtis Rourke can throw in the conditions, but if Notre Dame is able to control the line of scrimmage on both sides, which we saw Indiana really struggle at Ohio State with their offensive line and getting off the ball, I just think this is going to be a tough spot. I like Notre Dame to control this game with ball control, clock control, running the football. If they do not turn the ball over more than once, I like the Fighting Irish. 31-20, they advance to the quarterfinals. I just don't think Indiana can stay balanced enough offensively. All right, 12 Eastern on Saturday. Number 11, SMU at number 6, Penn State. Penn State, 8.5-point favorites. The over-under in this one, 53.5. I got the Nittany Lions, 31-27. I like an SMU cover here. Could be tough weather in this spot as well, but SMU can run the ball with their quarterback, Kevin Jennings, who's mobile. They have a couple of really good running backs as well. Penn State, obviously, is going to look to get the ball to Tyler Warren. They run the ball with him sometimes. They're All-American tight end. Drew Aller's a big physical guy who can run the football, but he can be a little bit of erratic. So in these tricky conditions, even though they're going to be at home, and by the way, there's rumors that Penn State may not sell out this game. That would help SMU out as well. I would not be shocked if the Mustangs pulled off the upset. They can score in a hurry, but Penn State's got more dudes. They're better at the line of scrimmage. SMU is going to need to get their playmakers in space, both in the run and pass game. I think Penn State can do just enough to slow them down. They have one of the best running defenses in college football. So I'll take Penn State 31-27, but I think this one's a lot closer, as Lee Corso says, than the experts would think. Okay, number 12, Clemson at number 5, Texas. The biggest point spread of the weekend is Texas being a 12-point favorite. Over-under here, 51.5, as they will kick off from Austin at 4 o'clock Eastern time this Saturday. This is the one game where I'm like, this feels like a potential blowout. I like Texas pretty big here, 34-17. Clemson's obviously played in a lot of high-caliber games under Dabo Swinney, but it's been a while since they've been in the playoff, and this is not a vintage Dabo team. Good team. Cade Klubnik's capable at quarterback. They have a couple good playmakers on the outside. But they don't have just dudes everywhere like they normally do. Again, solid, but not as NFL talent rich as some of his teams in the late 2010s certainly were. I don't want to give them that label of they're happy to be there because Clemson has high expectations every year, but without winning the ACC championship game, they would not be here. So I thought Texas got a great draw. They get to play Clemson here, and then if they win, they play Arizona State in the Peach Bowl. That's just a fantastic draw for the Horns. I like Texas 34-17. As long as Quinn Ewers doesn't turn the ball over, they should roll. If he turns it over a couple times, this could be tight late. It's a homecoming for Cade Klubnik, who played at Austin Westlake High School. So we'll see if he can pull off the upset. But I just think Texas has a significant amount more talent than Clemson does. So I'll take the Horns here. All right, game of the weekend in Columbus. Number 9 Tennessee, number 8 Ohio State. Prime time Saturday night, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Buckeyes just over a touchdown favorite, 7.5. Get the hook there. Over under 45.5. So all the other ones are between like 51 and 54. This one 45.5. So they're basically telling you 25-17, 24-17, 26-18, something in that range in the Buckeyes' favor. I'm going the other way. I'm going Tennessee 24-20. Ryan Day downplaying the significance of the loss to Michigan. I don't know how I feel about that. I think Tennessee, weirdly enough, is more built to play in cold weather. Nico's a big, mobile quarterback. Dylan Sampson can really run the football. Ohio State tried to have a stigma that they're a tough team this year. That's not really their DNA. I'm not saying they don't have toughness. I'm saying they're a fast, explosive team. Tennessee this year, especially with their defense, they've become kind of this physically dominant at the line of scrimmage type of team with a couple of big-time playmakers. So, obviously, you'd probably give Will Howard the edge at quarterback because he's more experienced. But I think if Nico's on, he's a little bit more dynamic, the Tennessee quarterback, Iamaleava. So I'm going upset here. I think Tennessee can travel. I think there's going to be a lot of orange in that stadium. And I don't think the cold weather is going to intimidate them. Now, historically, Josh Heupel has not been good on the road against ranked opponents. So that's an uphill battle here. Ohio State probably has a better overall roster, but there's a lot of noise there. And I think if a good start is pivotal for the Buckeyes because that crowd could turn and it could turn ugly on this team because they have not gotten that taste out of their mouths since losing to Michigan. Now, I will say this. If Ohio State can get through this game, the pressure doesn't fall off completely, but you'll get the fan base kind of going again. It's like, okay, the Michigan thing sucks, but we're in the quarterfinals, rematch against Oregon, a team they almost beat. Let's try and go win a national championship. But I think there's a real shot that there's going to be a hangover here from that Michigan loss, and I think that benefits Tennessee. So I'm going to go with the Vols 24-20. They get this thing done over the Buckeyes. What say you? What is your favorite and what is the best game of the first round? Is it Notre Dame, Indiana? Is it SMU, Penn State, Texas, Clemson, or Ohio State, Tennessee? Give us your thoughts in the comment section right now. And don't forget to join us Friday night, Notre Dame, Indiana, live watch party. We'll be providing commentary, play-by-play analysis. We'll have some fun. It'll be a good time. So be sure to join us for that here on Verts. We'll also be live on our Chat Sports YouTube channel. My name is Harrison Graham. We will see you guys then.